record to the cloud.
Recording in progress. Ooh, the pressure's on.
Yes. Well, with that, I'm really excited to introduce good friends, Angel and Onaray. They've been past guest teachers with Momentom Collective, Indonesia, as well as in Guatemala. And they're in Bali right now, so they're living in the future. That's Tuesday morning for them. And we're just really excited. Just a couple weeks ago, we had them guest host on the Community Circle talking about Tantra and all of the 101 of Tantra. Now we're taking that step further of dissecting love through the lens of Tantra. So I want to pass things over, give some snaps and some love to our guest teachers here today live.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're so excited to be here. So we're going to introduce ourselves a little bit, and then we're going to go into a meditation to get us all connected in our bodies. Because with Tantra, it's about really becoming present, really dropping in, you know, just like releasing the outside world. And I invite you to start to do that, start to come into this Tantra field of awareness. And so for me, I've been on this journey for, sometimes I say lifetimes. People say, when do you start Tantra? I'm like, who knows? It's been lifetimes. Because it really is the path of expansion. It's the path of really dropping in and living life fully, not holding back, not playing small. Like, there is no right or wrong in Tantra. It's one of the things I love about it. And it really does embrace freedom. So I've been on this journey. I call myself a sex explorer, not meaning that I fucked a lot of men, but it means it means that I have embraced my sexual power, my energy, my pleasure, my body. And it's really, my body is my temple. That's my teacher. So I teach women about their body. I work with the chakras. I work with archetypes. Olivia was in part of the Momentum. Some of you might know Olivia. She was in my 9/9 weekend. And I really, for me, Tantra has been a journey of really loving myself awake. So that's the journey. And we're going to explore this word love that gets used all the time. What do I mean when I say I love myself awake? So that's a little bit about me. This is my beloved Angel. So he'll introduce himself.
Hey, family. Good to see so many beautiful faces. I'm Angel. I go by Angel B because that's what I am, what I'm here to be. And yeah, I do a lot of things, but really Tantra has been a big part of my journey as well. More of a tantric philosopher. And for me, philosophy is so that we can feel oh so free. And that's really what it is about for me, is a path of inquiry. And for me, Tantra really is the art of being imperfectly human. And so it's the tools and ways in which we get to navigate this journey we call life. And a big part of that journey is this strange thing we call love. So on Instagram, I'm Angel B Love, and that's a big part of who I am, is an ongoing journey of exploring myself as infinite love. And that can be a challenging road, as many of you know, what it is to be infinite love.
We're going to go into that in a little bit, but first, we want to drop you into a little Tantra field of awareness, we call it, and going into some meditation. But before we actually drop in and go into stillness, we work with 5 pillars with Tantra. We said this before. It's breath, sound, movement, breath, sound, movement, stillness, then unity. Excuse me, my voice is still waking up. So we're going to start with breath, sound, and movement, because it's really important for me. If we're going to tune into this love, this idea of love, what is love? It's really coming from the body, and that's what we're going to invite you to really let the body feel love. We're in the body, feeling love, not so much the construct of mind and the narrative of mind, but our body. So I invite you, whenever you can, put your hands, make sure your hands are free, put down any phone, you don't need to see. We're just going to take a few moments to really drop in. Just put the phone down, wherever it is, get comfortable. And you can do this standing, you can do this sitting down, but we're going to do it sitting down. It's one of my most favorite tools. I do this every time with people, because our mind wants to always be in charge. There's a doing, we got to do something. We're going to shake. So I call it Shakti shake. So when you're ready, you're going to close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes. And we're going to place our hands in front of us. And we're just going to let those hands go a little while. We're just going to let them shake. I know this one. Many of us have done this. And then we're going to let the jaw be heavy. And it really invites sound. You know, sometimes it's scary to make sound, but we create space when you make sound. And so I invite you to really let go and be silly. Make some silly sound. Open the mouth and just let it out. Shaking those arms, shaking the head. Oh, the upper body, just letting it out. Oh, and move. Just let it out. Shaking off the day and as wild as you need to be. Just gentle chaos. You can be just letting it out. Oh, a little bit more. Say hello, body. Hi, body. Oh, coming present. Maybe even some mind breath if you feel that you need to. If it's been a crazy hard day, what you're doing with the external energy being taken out. We're going to bring that energy in. Just a few more seconds. Just shake it up. 1 second. Oh. Beautiful. And we're going to slow it down. Really slow it down slowly, though. With Tantra, we start to bring in subtle awareness, subtle energies, starting to notice all that life inside, pulsating, brewing, moving. And just notice all that's you right now in your body, all that potential of energy in your body. And then allowing your hands to fall gently on your lap. And Angel's going to guide you in a meditation, a sutra meditation.
Just keeping your attention tuned into your breath, to your inner being. I invite you to feel these words from the Regent Sutra. What is this power we call love, appearing as the play of flesh and breath? How may I know this mystery and enter it more deeply? Let me rest in your embrace. Refresh me with the elixir of your wisdom. Ravish me with your truth. You who hold the mystery in your hand of will, knowledge, and action, reveal to me this path of illumined knowing. I long to merge with you, be filled with your nourishing essence. Lead me into joyous union with the life of the universe, that I may know it fully, realize it deeply, and breathe in luminous truth.
Breathing in those words, this moment, and feeling this 4-letter word called love. We're going to invite you to answer when you feel that impulse, that readiness to share. And we really invite the body to share with words, to find the words. How do you know love?
How do you know love?
We would love to hear from you. How do you know love?
The space is open. You want to go popcorn style and mute yourself and share. Any takers?
We're going slow. Tantra.
I feel I know love. There is something greater and beyond that I can tap into, and I'm aware of that. It's beyond what I feel or what I know, what it comes to be. And I feel I get these sensations that keep directing me to something that is greater than myself. And that's why I feel like I know love.
Beautiful. Thank you, John.
And if you like it, if it resonates, you know, you can do the twinkles, you can make a little rattle noise. Yeah, something greater. Thank you, John. How do you know love?
Right, I'll go next. There's no takers. I definitely have a body experience, a very full body experience when it comes to love. A grace, a peacefulness, and ease. And even in like the most tumultuous, traumatic experiences, it just seems so clear. And then in having that experience, it's just everywhere all the time. The vibration, it's like floating through the air, that when resonating in that same vibration, oh, okay. I was over here. I just needed to go here. So something that's inside, outside, like a tune, like a melody runs through the ethers, through the body. Eliciting shifts.
Beautiful.
There was some nuggets there. Graceful surrender into the musical universe.
And
things really beautifully.
Thank you so much, Brandon. Beautiful.
there's no, yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, thanks for having me tonight. I was just going to share, to me, it's about having that connection, and not just a connection, but feeling heard, like having that sense of understanding. And that can be like in your physical sense, or the energy or emotions that you're feeling with someone else, or feeling with yourself. And I think, yeah, it just goes beyond kind of what I may even realize, but it's really just that sense of coming together and feeling heard is what comes to me.
I love that you used her. Thank you, Mary. The pronoun her, I use it all the time. So thank you.
Beautiful.
Maybe one more. Anybody else have a brain? Share with us. Share with us. Ooh, we have some more people coming in. Hi. We have two more guests. Hello. We're talking about love, this four-letter word that can be very scary, intimidating, and beautiful. So we're asking, how do you know love? Okay. Hi, Amanda.
Would you like to share with us, Amanda?
There she is.
There she is. Hi, I'm just getting out of class right now, so I'm just landing home. So I might be turning off my video so I'm not distracting, but I just wanted to come on and say hello. It is so lovely to see both of you. I've been trying to jump on Community Circle for some time now, but it's never aligned with my schedule. So
yay, so welcome. It's the last one, so you caught the beautiful. So divine. So what is love for you, Amanda? How do you know love?
all encompassing. It's body, mind, soul, spirit. The way that we just show up each and every day, and not just about loving, everyone around us, but also showing ourselves self-love too, I feel is very important. So
very important. We're gonna go there. You already know. Well, thank you, Amanda.
Thank you so much for checking in and for the warm welcome.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
So we would love to share a little bit as well. And I think that, clearly there's no right or wrong answer to this question. How do we know love? Even how do we define love? There's no real right or wrong answer. And so, as much of as many of you have shared, there are many accesses, many ways in which we access love and experience what we call love. It can be through the body, it can be through acts of kindness, words of affirmation, many, many different ways. And that's why for me, it's a very frustrating thing. A very frustrating thing, because love seems to be such a necessary and intrinsic part of the human journey. And yet I get frustrated at how fucking loosely we use it for everything. I love ice cream, I love cookies, I love my dog, I love my mom, I love my partner, I love my new car. All of these things, we use this term consistently, expecting that people will know what I mean. And for me, that can be challenging. It leads to a lot of misunderstanding. And yet, love is such a broad and all-encompassing thing, right? And so, is this something to be resolved and to say, well, no, we have to define what love means so that I can make sure I'm understood when I'm telling you I love ice cream, or I love you is not the same thing? Or do we just navigate through life assuming that people understand that differently? For me, because I am a philosopher, I love to go deeper into meaning. And meaning making is also part of the madness of being human, right? So that's one of the things I struggle with. Love for me really is a big part of the art of being human. And as some of you have said, it's the challenges in life that really bring us closer to the experience of what love is and can be. Because it's the thing that, for me, is the carrot. It's the carrot that dangles in front of all of us as humans on our journey that keeps us moving forward. It's kind of it's part of what I believe is our reason for being, right? Is to engage with it and to experience it fully in all of its expressions. And it's this thing that is mysterious that we keep moving forward, that helps us move forward through the challenges, through the difficult times. Is, can I love this? Can I love that too? Or can I move through this for love? And so it's a beautiful, a prize, a temptation, a mystery to be solved and to be dived into more deeply. I don't know if we can solve it, but just the invitation to dive into it more deeply. And this is part of what Tantra is about. Yeah. So we'll talk a little bit more about the tantric take on love and how we can utilize these ways of being to dive more deeply into it, as the sutras invite us. How can we know this more deeply? Yeah.
All right. So in Tantra, we learn When something starts to come in, we start to open up, like our body becomes the lotus, and we start to unfold. We always say deep breath. So I invite everyone, let's take a deep breath. So we bring it into the belly. And then make a sound if that feels good. A sigh, just come in. We set the nervous system to start to anchor in this new awareness, this new vibration. Because love is, for me, it's a vibrational force that holds everything together. My new definition of love, even though really it's undefinable, as we may know, right? There's many meanings for love, for many people, for many reasons. And what Tantra is, it's inclusive. It allows all those definitions. It allows all those meanings. Yeah. So we start to drop in a little bit more in our body. We open up. To me, love is the space that holds everything. That's my new awareness with love. Just take a moment to feel that. What is the space? Like Angel's saying, there's something, that carrot that is drawing us to it, that always we're chasing it, we're wanting it, we're needing it. I want you to love me. Don't you love me? Can't you love me? Why don't you love me the way you want? I want you to love me. Why did you hurt me? Love sucks. And so we put a lot of labels and attachment to something that is just space. We're going to go a little deeper with that. We're going to tune into that. But let's take a moment to, where would the love reside in the body? Where would you say, if everybody raised their hand, what do you think? What does this mean? What do you think? Most people say you got to get in your heart, right? You know, to love, you got to feel your heart, right? You got to be in your heart. So take a moment. I invite us to just put our hands on our heart. There's something that's really unique and beautiful. Our blueprint, our body blueprint, vibrational, magnetic blueprint is our heartbeat. Our fingerprints and our heartbeat are unlike anybody else. That's uniquely you. It's the I am. Nobody else in the world has your heartbeat. So nobody else in the world will ever know what love means to you. Truly what love is and can be and will be, and you're awakening to love, perhaps, to this vibrational musical note, because we all have our own individual note in this universal orchestra of music being played all the time. So do you think love, we're going to ask you another question. I just want to keep moving in. We're opening to love. Taking that tantric take on love is where we give ourselves permission to keep our heart open to ourselves, to each other, to feel more, to be more, to feel more brave and courageous. Is love a choice? This is my next question. Is love a choice? Anybody like to share from your heart, from your body, your womb? Is love a choice?
Yeah, that's a loaded one.
Yeah, I know that.
I think for me, when I think of that, I think it's always a good reminder for me, because sometimes I get caught up in the day-to-day things or the mind things, and I'm busy and I'm kind of like, I got to get to emails and I got to get to this. And then this person cuts me off in traffic and then I'm upset. And I'm like, okay, how can I bring this back to love? So I think there's definitely a conscious choice there that I have to go, oh, wait, I don't have to allow this, these other sensations to totally take over my sensory system and my body and my heart. And then I remind myself to come back in my heart. Whether I'm able to turn that on and off like a light switch, not quite, but I'm able to help guide the energy back to a place where I realize there's something, again, greater than whatever is occupying my mind at the time.
Mm-hmm. Woo-hoo. That means you're
Yeah.
on the awakening path, like all of us, John, and we just keep unfolding, keep rebirthing ourselves, right? Thank you, John. That was great. Is love a choice? Anybody who we haven't heard from would like to share?
I would. Hi,
Hi.
I'm Danielle. I think love is definitely can be a choice because you can like when it comes to self-love, like be on it about doing your yoga and like eating right or like drinking water every day, taking good care of yourself, and then you can, you know, something can like disrupt that and you can fall off the wagon, I guess, and like just start doing things that aren't so loving to yourself and like beat yourself up for it, or like you can always come back to love and like jump back on and into it. That's all. It's all love though. It's all forms of it.
Ooh. Oh, I like that. So that's another insight right there. And we have a little backup. Why? Okay. Is that better? You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Everyone can hear me? Okay. So the bandwagon, I love that you said that. There's something that we're starting to unpack. Love is like this, you know, like the carpet, the magic carpet ride. In some ways, I kind of lost my train, but I really like that you said, because you could be aware when you go off the wagon. But does that mean it's still not love, or is it love? Does love ever go away?
No, it's all forms of it.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. I love that, you know, really our relationship, love is a relationship, right? It's how we interact with it, right? There's going to be, as John said and as Danielle said, there's going to be moments constantly through life where we kind of lose a track. We separate ourselves from this awareness, from the state of what we call love. And we can make a conscious choice, I feel, and as some of you said, in awareness to come back to that, right? To shift back to an awareness and resonance and attunement with that vibration. We might call it a vibration and resonance, right? A field. Onaray and us speak to it as a field of awareness. And so, yeah, while life is full of surprises, right, and can catch us at times when we're not prepared for dealing with upset or distractions and so on, we can make a conscious choice. And yet, we're also very deeply conditioned, right? And so, when we're not in a state of conscious choicefulness, we tend to be more liable to be distracted or taken into a different vibration of frustration and anger and upset, right? When we're not in a kind of a conscious place. And most human beings are relatively unconscious most of the time because we're deeply conditioned, right? We're acting from a place of reaction versus a place of conscious response. So this is where the practice, which is a big part of what Tantra is about, a big part of what those, you know, conscious awakening tools are about, authenticity, self-reflective capacities, all of these tools that many of us are aware of learning and being drawn to, help to bring us back to a place of, oh no, you know, I'm feeling like this doesn't feel good for me. It probably doesn't feel good for the people around me when I'm irritated or angry or upset. And so can I choose, you know, how do I shift it? How do I shift this energy? So it's our relationship to the world around us that allows us to come back into a relationship with love. Right?
I'm going to speak something to that.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of a difference. Isn't that beautiful? We can have a difference, a viewpoint. To me, I don't want to shift the emotions. I want to befriend the emotions. You can do both. But often we've been so fearful. We've shamed our emotions, shame as one of the biggest emotions. Instead of embracing them and understand their messages and their insights and they help us navigate to really our North Star, I don't want to always have to shift it, because I think there's really power. The body is a teacher. Our body is our greatest teacher. And especially as women, we have so many emotions coming all the time. Can we just ride the wave of these emotions and allow them to ride their course instead of always wanting to change them immediately and shift them? I don't always think that's always helpful or productive. Effective, more of the word effective. So for me, what's been coming through for me with this word love, through Tantra, because Tantra allows everything and nothing. It doesn't resist anything, and it doesn't place anything in a cage, a box, and it doesn't judge it. Can we do the same thing for love? Can we open love to the field of everything? Love can be everything, all emotions. I also think love holds the space of all emotions. That's another download. And so can we love everything? Doesn't mean that we're going to go into that next. That's the next teaching. Doesn't mean that we are going to love a predator or we're going to love something that really is toxic or really unhealthy for us. But can we stay open and recognize that we are love? This is where we're starting to come into.
Yeah. The relationship, you know, that Onaray is speaking to about emotions, and I'll speak on behalf of the men. We feel a lot, as probably as much as women. We're just not
It's really hard to hear you, Angel.
Okay.
Yeah, speak louder. Thank you.
Really coming through.
So I'll speak on behalf of myself, on behalf of the men, that we feel emotions probably as much as women, but we're not as conditioned to express them. But we do feel a lot. So yeah, part of what Onaray is speaking to is being, you know, is welcoming the emotions. And that is the aspect of Tantra, is we welcome all of life. What I would like to kind of move us to experience perhaps is, you know, a basic teaching about love that I feel is really helpful is just an awareness that to, you know, the way to love, to navigate and move towards love is for us to practice removing what is in the way of love. Because love is always present. Love is constantly present. And we'll explain a little bit more about our perspective and what that means. But the way to access it, right, to reconnect to it when we're disconnected from it, is to remove what is in the way. And part of my journey, and I think for many humans, is many of us have a very strong self-critic. And so we should start with what is removing what's in the way, starting with ourselves. So I'd like to offer a beautiful mantra that's really been helpful for me, that was offered to me by a brother that I think many of us know, Nick in Lake Atherton. No, it was Nick. Anyway, so it's a beautiful mantra that I would love for you to speak out with me. I'll speak it the first time round, and then we're just gonna say it 3 rounds. And it's really helpful for connecting ourselves back to the resonance of what, for me, feels like an openness to loving, self-love. So I'm going to say it first time round, and then I welcome you to say it. You can keep your mic off, but just to say it out loud to yourself as well. And I invite you to put your hand on your body, on your heart, as you speak it. I love myself. I accept myself. I approve of myself fully, as I was, as I am, as I will be. Please join me if you will. I love myself. I accept myself. I approve of myself fully, as I was, as I am, and as I will be. I love myself. I accept myself. I approve of myself fully, as I was, as I am, and as I will be.
Allowing any breath, any sound that might want to come through, just allow it, anchor in a little bit more, come deeper in our cells, in our DNA, in our light codes, in our consciousness. So Angel and I have been exploring this topic, and we come up with this term. We call it the foundation of love through the lens of Tantra. And Angel came up with that term, and I really love it because there is sort of this new awakening. You know, as we awaken as humans, we're awakening to the possibility of love, of what love can truly be, and how it holds us, guides us, serves us. So what is this foundation of love? Angel, you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, but first I think it's important to recognize that love for most of us on the, let's call it the normalized level, is a very personal thing. It's really a person on the level of personal choice. It is about our preferences, our attachments, our desires, our longings. And this is very much a part of what it is to be human. And this is what we mean oftentimes by, I love this, I love that, I love you. It's our relationship to attaching to it. Okay. For me, and the path of Tantra, the path of spiritual awakening really brings us to a deeper level of what love can be. And it might be surprisingly non-personal. And really, this is something that that I welcome and invite you to explore for yourself, is the possibility, the experience of love that is non-personal, that is beyond the personal. It is transpersonal. And this is a beautiful, beautiful experience. And I imagine some of you have touched into that space at this point in your life. And it's something beautiful to welcome. And it's just really an opportunity to expand this idea of love that we tend to use in a very personal way, right? Related to me and what I desire, what I want, what I crave, what I long for, to a space where it is beyond me. It is the all-inclusive. It is a relationship to all. And this is really the deeper spiritual meaning and experience of what love is and can be, right? It is that space that connects and holds all, and that dissolves the individual experience of me, my, you, yours, all of that. So Onaray calls it the glue, right? The glue that holds all things together.
Glue that holds, you don't know. I have the old definition of love. And the first time someone asked me at Tantra Festival, it was 600 of us walking around the space.
Sorry, Honoré, 1 second. It seems like where he was speaking was the perfect spot for the microphone. He was coming through a bit more to your right, I feel.
How's that?
Yeah,
that's
good.
That's why I put them on the right side. You know, we have an old PC. Okay, just like us, still working.
There is still love. There is still all the love on the call.
Okay, so it's funny to define love, you know, because when you define it, you can put it in a box, and you don't want to do that. But it also gives you insight, because Tantra is about contemplation. It's about trying to make sense, but also being non-attached. It's a beautiful paradox.
I want to say here, the piece that is the non-personal piece that I feel it came through quite recently for me, is really the idea, the experience that this transpersonal love, this broader, all-embracing love, the key to it is that it rejects nothing. Love rejects nothing. It stays open to all. And this is where we can use this, apply this innerstanding life, right? Where we can receive even the tiger that might be coming to attack you as not like rejecting it. I'm like, oh shit, right? Like, oh shit, that's gonna eat me. I'm gonna shoot you or run the other way. It's like, oh, this is reality. This is what's happening. I'm not rejecting that. But love is not just passive, right? So this is how, when we talk about the relationship between fear and love, right? Love is not passive. It doesn't just accept it because, oh, everything is love. It doesn't reject it, but it also makes an affirmative, a life-affirming choice in the favor of love.
Mm-hmm.
So run if you need to,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the loving thing to do. The tiger might be hungry, and you can have empathy for a hungry tiger, right? But it doesn't mean you have to hate the tiger or diminish the tiger's need for food, right? So this is what I mean by being open to all, right? Not rejecting things. And you can, that's a silly example, but you can apply that to anything in life. Not when I acknowledge the good, acknowledge the reason for it being. Life is happening as it is for a higher reason, for its own reason. But I still get to make a choice, a personal choice of love that is in my favor, what feels most loving for me in this time, without rejecting what is happening.
And that's our soul evolutionary journey. This Tantra is a journey of awakening, of remembering, of connecting to this soul that is ours, that's our essence nature that never dies, that lives forever. And so what is this, you know? And so my first definition when I was asked, what is love? Love is the glue of the universe. And it is everything. It came out as a living transmission. When your body becomes an oracle, I call my body now a living oracle. You start to have transmissions, downloads that are like, to me, tasting absolute truth. And so love is the glue of the universe, and it is the space that holds everything, because it goes beyond emotions. To me, I actually had my download is, we would talk about Celeste. Angel says, fear is love companion. I say love is consciousness companion. Think about that. Or feel that.
So absolutely, and so this is a powerful piece, really, because I used to think that fear was the opposite of love, right? If you're in fear, it blocks you from staying open, from being loving. So, but I had a shift around this. It's like, no, fear is love's companion. It's love's beloved. It is there to help us navigate life. It is there asking us, fear asks us, how can I love this more? This is what's happening, but how can I love this more? How can I stay open to it and also choose a life-affirming choice, right? So even with the tiger, like, how can I love this more? I can acknowledge a hungry tiger, and I can choose to run the other way or to climb a tree, right? So fear is not there. Fear is our friend, right? Fear has helped us survive this life this far. We shouldn't reject fear, right? Fear is love's companion. It really is there asking us constantly, how can we love this situation more? How can we learn from it? How can we grow from it?
So what? So I'm opening up right now. What's alive in you, everybody? What's your body have to say? What's your truth? Let your body be an oracle. What's your transmission right now? Take a few moments for that. I'd love to hear from you. It just gave you a lot.
Yeah,
coming up for you?
I've actually just did a whole thing on truth, like absolute truth and subjective truth and all these things. And I think you guys said something there, or maybe it was between the lines, but I really value that. Love is the glue of the universe, and for me, yeah, is like the only real absolute truth. There's all these different ways of perceiving things, but love is an absolute truth, and that landed for me.
Thank you. I completely agree. And that as our consciousness grows and wakes up, so does love. To me, love, there's cellular love that we're tapping into. That's my new term. Just like it's in our cells, it's in our DNA, the codes, you know, it's in our gene codes. If fear is there as love's companion, love is holding everything. Love holds everything. It's the glue of the universe and the space that holds everything.
So while we, you know, often say, well, I love you and I love this and I love that, what really comes through for me is, and what I would offer is, can we just say, I love?
I am love. What about you? Anybody else? I want to hear from you. He's been talking too much.
Yeah, everything you're sharing. We're in a teacher training right now. And so even 5 minutes before we hopped on this call, we were deconstructing separation, deconstructing love and truth, and how we fundamentally put words and experiences to these things. And for those of you in training right now, we've come to, you know, everything to the same way that each of you have talked about. You know, we have the parallel word webs, love, fear, the necessity of each one, and how to go deeper within that. And I feel for myself where in the past, for instance, with fear, it was like, overwhelming, and love feeling like, ease. That spaciousness, that everything that you're talking about, it's more the startle is everything that isn't love, or that's maybe not what isn't love, but where I've been conditioned to break the lines of communication, or take like that needle in my whatchamacallit, I'm losing my words, I've been teaching all day, like a CD or a vinyl. That's what I'm trying to say, when it's just a little bit off and you're like, not quite. Almost. Love contracted. So everything that you know, we've been talking about, you know, fear, love, contracted, love, it's just always there. It's just, or are you not paying attention or experiencing it? Is your mind taking you out of it? So everything that you've shared it's great. It's beautiful teaching, and also support and validation, because when you're talking about love and fear, you're like, whoo! So which you seem as good as
consciousness is contagious. So yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A new moon in Libra, like heart-centered, like, come on. The energy that's been September. Whoa.
Oh yeah, I hear you. That's Libra one was a kicker for me.
Oh, in Bali too, it reached all the way over there. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
Hit that note too. So thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. We just have a few more minutes, and before we go, we're going to close with the love field practice. 4 minutes.
Anything that landed for you, or any bigger questions that brought up?
Yeah, so something you mentioned, Angel, and I think it was something that was being spoken about throughout the whole conversation, is that love is eternal, and that it isn't actually something that we have a say in what is dictating through our own life experiences. So like, let's say, for example, the tiger is going to eat me out of love because it loves it in its own way, because it's love its own way. But like, I might interpret that as something else. So my interpretation of that is that love doesn't care. It doesn't give a shit. It just exists.
Yeah.
Everywhere, yeah, and that can be a little hard to swallow, you know, because we have all these love memes and narratives and stories and, you know, conditions around love.
And really, that's the invitation of the deeper understanding of love, is that, you know, as I said, there's the personal layer, which is the kind of more micro layer, but the foundation of love is, yeah, it's very non-personal. It doesn't care about you specifically. It cares about all, right? But all it, you know, for me as a philosopher, it's really the only thing that matters in life is life. It doesn't matter about me, you, mine, this one, that one, right? It's really for us to come to a place of openness, which is love's invitation. Can we be open to all of what life shows us and shows up as through us? Can we stay open to that? And from that place of non-rejecting what life is showing us, can we make our own personal choice, right? Because we are empowered by love itself to make our personal choice towards, to choose what we want to move towards or move away from. But staying in that place of openness, that this is what's happening, right? The part that we recognize as fear that takes us out of love is the part that closes the heart, but puts us back in the mind that goes into the past or the future of, well, what about me? What about me? What about me? What about that? I don't want that to happen. Oh, I want this to happen. It brings us back to the personal and out of the expansive non-personal. And the non-personal is deeply, excitedly, massively loving, because it loves and cares for all. It just doesn't give a shit about how you think about you and how much you matter to the rest of life. Life is what matters. The tiger's trying to love itself and feed its pups, right? It's got a reason to be hunting you. That's just part of life.
And I truly feel too that sometimes we don't realize the lesson of love while we're going through it if it's hard, but like at the end of the day, or like, you know, when it kind of comes to fruition about, that's why that happened. It's just leaning into the ultimate trust of the universe that it knows more than we do.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Trust the universe. He has a great t-shirt that says that.
That's what it's all about. Love is just surrender to trusting the greater possibility of why and what's happening.
And I was going to say, will we have the breakthrough if we didn't have the breakdown? So sometimes we do have to go into the pain. We have to go into the suffering. We have to feel it, allow it to reveal the deeper teachings, the more profound insights, the oneness. Because you remember in Tantra, we talked about breath, sound, movement. Then you go into a place of stillness. Then you go into unity. And once you open up to unity, you are one with everything. And that is love. You are one with everything. And that is love. To get there, though, that's the human journey, you know. That's why we have form and spirit and word and this dance of polarity. But this is another thing. But the dance of duality and polarity, one more nugget before we go in, that's another download coming through really clear, is what I love about Tantra, it really is a non-dual perspective. And the idea is to marry, like fear is love's companion. They're beloveds. Light and dark are beloveds. Shiva and Shakti are beloveds, you know? So everything is becoming love and consciousness, I feel, is beloveds. So the idea is this unity is unifying everything. There's no more separation. Nobody's at war. Nobody's fighting each other. Nobody's competing. There is a relationship. There's a marriage. There's an alchemy, you know? And that's the beautiful where we're stepping into it, the collective consciousness. Can we live with everything and nothing? That's the deep teaching of Tantra.
Truth drop. Boom.
There we go. Are we ready to go into this love practice? We can all be love. Can we do that? Are we ready to do that?
So what it is,
Go ahead.
what it is, some of you probably are familiar with the word metta, that it's part of the Indian traditional and Buddhist experience. Metta is loving kindness, the expression of offering loving kindness. So Onaray is going to lead us in just a little visualization of offering loving kindness, starting from the self and expanding outward. And then we will close with that little practice.
That sounds good. Are we all give her a yes? You know, it's about consent still. We have to have our full body yes, right? We get to do that. So I invite you to get really comfortable. Just really allow your bond. Pick your queen throne seat. Pick your king throne seat. Just let yourself be. Really feel yourself coming in. Just allowing the breath to come in a little deeper. Arriving, we call it, you know. Letting the mind kind of come offline. Coming back into the body a little deeper. And then making a sigh, making any sound you need right now to even come in a little more. Dropping in. Into this essence nature that is you. This beautiful musical note that you are sharing with the world. Your uniqueness, your beautiful, unique blueprint. That is you, your signature in the world. I'm going to bring it all the way down to your essence, bringing in love all the way, feeling the love into your cells. Let's bring it all the way down to the nanoparticle of that is you, in your DNA, in your light codes. And really feel this essence of love, this vibrational energy, and choose love in your cells right now. Can you bring it all the way in and feel love arrive, coming home inside? And with the breath, we use the breath as the first tool to create more expansion, more aliveness, more connection in this moment. So allow that breath to deepen. As you open up, your whole body starts to open up to love. It goes all the way up through your toes, through your fingers. You feel your whole body with one breath of love. Inhale. And then exhale. Anything that is not love, you exhale it out. Any conditioning, any contraction, any resistance to love on the exhale. A few more breaths, bringing love all the way in to your womb, to your lingam, your yoni, to your heart, to your throat. And on the exhale, allowing the sound to come out to release anything that is not love. So we're opening up to this field of being love, cellular love, this vibration of love. And we're going to allow that love to open up through our crown, opening up the 1,000 lotus petal on the top of the head. And we breathe in love in our body, be love, and allow that love to come out through that 1,000 lotus petal, out into the space all around you, to your room, to wherever you are, feeling love enter the space, holding you and everything around you. Inhale, love. Exhale, love. Can you be love? This cellular love, this vibration of love. And now we're expand the circle of love. So we're creating these circles of love and allowing our heart to beam love out into the space and beyond, even into our neighborhood, to our neighbors, to the cars all around, bustling up and down, to the street lights, to the city around you. Can you allow the city to feel your love as love? Loving all of it, even the trash, the disgust, you're loving all of it. All the emotions present feeling love in the space all around, in your neighborhood, in your country. We're expanding even more, allowing the love to go beyond into the whole country that you're in right now. Can you bring that energy into your heart? Can you be open to loving everything that is there, all around, all the colors and flavors, the wildlife, the mountains, the rivers, the wind, the clouds, the sun that's shining down, the moon that's glimmering, shining her light as she's waxing now, going into the full moon. So this field of love, breathing love in all the way down into your cells. And then exhaling love all the way out, even further now, to this beautiful planet, this blue planet, Sophia Gaia. As she spins around the sun, Mother Earth. Can you give the earth some love right now, this beautiful planet that is our home, that provides and nourishes us, it gives us everything we need. As the earth is holding us in her love and her warmth, can we give her love back with our open heart, our willing heart to be love? And then a little bit further, can you see yourself, the love, go all the way out, all the way out to the universe and beyond. All the planets spinning around in their dance, the orbital dance that they do. As they come closer to us and further away. And we shine our love and be love, and let the whole universe feel us. Open to the magic of the universe. Can we trust the universe, our love? Just breathe in a little bit more, this very expansive love all the way out to the beyond, beyond, beyond all the galaxies, all of it, beyond, beyond. Just a few more breaths here. Opening up to the field of love that's infinite and beyond. And then knowing that this love, this potential love that is infinite, is always available. Always connect and feel one with everything. Taking a few moments to feel yourself be one with everything. And then very, very slowly, start to feel your awareness coming back in, just like we're slowly turning the light dim, bringing it back into our heart, into our belly, into this moment, being as love, here and now. And so it is. No attachment, nothing to hold on to, open and available. This is love. And when you're ready, you blink the eyes like 3 times, big blinks. Blink, blink, blink. And then when you're ready, you can place your rub your hands together to come back into this body, into this moment. Give yourself some love for going there. Giving yourself some love.
Thank you, Angel and Onaray, so much. Thank you for taking the time, and thank you all here for your interest in joining us and sharing your presence and your love with us on this call. Yeah. Let's continue to explore these concepts and these takeaways and continue to shine that light and that love. Thank you all.
We'll stay connected on the WhatsApp group or on the Telegram group, Instagram, all the connections. Oh, can you hear me? So stay connected.
Thank you, Momentum family. Thank you, John. Really appreciate the opportunities and to share the wisdom and the insights and to have this conversation. Because really it's a mutual teaching, because there are no right or wrong answers. Just a continuous exploration of life and being.
The Tantric Take on Love. Thank you all so much. It was such a blessing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Honoring all of you for your time and your energy and your devotion and your presence. Thank you. Thank you, John.
Good night, everyone.
Angel and Onaray. Stay connected. Instagram. My new one's Tantra Body. Thank you, John. Love you all.